We out here. Whoa. The new podcast, man. Whoa. TishaRaye, what's up? Whoa. Booming up the block, I'm with TishaRaye. Big things popping, pretty girls don't play. The new BOOMin podcast, know she finna pull up. And you know where she from. Trey 4, what's up? Life, love, entertainment, that's what we got. Yeah. Big up the community, cause that's our spot. Heart to heart with the Virgo dreadlock. Pretty girl TishaRaye, booming down your block. Booming up the block, I'm with TishaRaye. 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 Booming up the block, I'm with TishaRaye.
Boom, what's going on? It's your girl TishaRaye, and listen, I'm back at it again, booming on the block in these streets, and I'm in I think it's my second home, Greensboro, North Carolina. And I got one dope person. Now, if you don't know who this is, once again, like I always tell you, under a rock. Because this one right here is super dope. He's just talented in everything he touches. He's talented in everything that he speaks on. And I mean, I don't know what else. He's just an all-around dope individual.
Well, thank you so much.
And always have been since we met at day one.
Day one. That's you.
Yeah.
That's us. We're day ones.
Day one.
We are. We didn't even know we were day ones.
Didn't even know.
We were day ones.
Yeah, and it feels so good.
It does. I'm happy you're here.
Well, thank you for having us. I'm going to let him introduce himself, but I need to just let you know this. I don't have co-hosts, none of that. I have podcast partners.
Okay.
So you are a podcast partner. Feel free to speak on whatever, say what you want.
Oh, wow.
Woo, because this is a judge-free podcast.
Okay. All right.
So let the people know who you are.
Oh, well, hello, people. I am Toons from DRL TOONs Design Studio here in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I currently am a graphic designer.
Yeah, and he's a dope graphic designer.
Thank you. A lot of people would agree with that.
Yeah, because you've done a lot of work all over.
I have. I've done a lot of work. I've been in business for 21 years now.
Yeah.
And I just always been an entrepreneur, so that this is what I've done. It was hard in the beginning though, but it got better.
Well, how long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it I've been drawing and creating my whole life, but I've been doing it professionally for about 20 years. Wow. I would say, yeah.
So you were like an OG in the game?
Yeah, people call me an OG, and that's good, but yeah, I've done things that people wish they could do. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not trying to be crazy,
no.
but yeah, I've been blessed. I've been able to do super jams and those type of. They don't have them anymore.
No.
So for me to come from nothing and be able to be a graphic designer that's at super jams, taking pictures on the stage in front of 100,000 people. It seemed like 1 million people.
Yeah.
It's a sea of people.
Yeah.
But that's what. Yeah, I've been able to do some incredible things.
See, that's dope. I like that. You can toot your own horn. It's okay.
Well, that's what we're here for, I guess. People want to know about. Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you're opening up other doors.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, especially for the graphic designers and the other artists out there. I would say stop giving your stuff away. Know your worth. Know your value. Because you just make it harder yourself. Because they got to come to me to make it right, and then they got to pay me. So, at least get some money out the deal.
Right. Now, how long does the process of designing? I just want to get straight into it. How long is the process of designing? Because you've been doing this 20 years.
Yeah.
Do it get faster as you go? Woo.
Oh yeah. Anything you do, if you keep doing it, you'll get faster at it. I think really understanding the market that you're in, because if you're in a high club market, you're gonna have to do a lot of club flyers. So if you're just waiting for them to come in and you're designing them as they come in, then you make it harder on yourself. You should have some forethought. You should say, okay, I'm gonna design some flyers. If someone comes in, I'm gonna put their name on it, and then you sell it that way. But yeah, if you do anything for a long time, yeah. So we could go either an hour if you need something. It's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
But if you call me, I can do it in an hour. Or if you give me a couple of days, I can get it done.
Yeah.
But I just like the creative control that I get. People don't really ask me to change it or to do anything different. I mean, once I'm done, that's kind of one and done, and I'm done.
Because he's in charge of my backdrop. You remember my backdrop you did?
Yes. Yes, yeah.
And it's super dope.
And you made it into a shirt.
Sure did.
Right. So yeah, that's the type of stuff that happens with my stuff.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So now I want to know the educational background of designing and all that you took place. So tell us a little bit about the education.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, I just high school was my education. I was winning the contest in high school. I won the minority arts contest in high school. They gave me an assembly and the whole thing. And then I realized that I couldn't go to college because I didn't take the SATs. Nobody was really guiding me.
Right.
So instead of me going to jail, like a couple of my friends did, shout out to my friends that got locked up, I didn't want to do that. So I went to the Marine Corps. So from the Marine Corps, I was drawing pictures in there pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
My job is classified. I was in the air wing, I can tell you that. I do have an honorable discharge, but I wound up drawing the pictures on a lot of the officers' doors and the murals and the magazines. When they found that I could draw, that was just my thing. And that's how I got out of the Marine Corps. Actually, one of my higher ups told me that I should try this life. You know, you should go. The Marine Corps really ain't for artists. So, and I didn't want to be that killer guy. I can be a killer, but I don't want to be.
Right.
So I got out, and my very first big thing was Fantasia Barrina when I got out of the Marine Corps.
That's dope.
When she was on American Idol.
That is so dope, and this is. But you killing the art game. How about that?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm killing the art game.
You're killing the art
but
game.
the art game didn't make me no money in the beginning. See that? Everybody want to draw a picture, but they think it's free, like it's magic. You just do it. It wasn't until I did the Fantasia stuff where people say, okay, you can draw the picture of her, but you can also do the live, clip art version of her where you cut her out of the picture. Yeah, so that got big real quick. American Idol people called me. They was trying to sue me.
Wow.
Yeah, I would love for you to get Fantasia in here and tell her story about it.
It's coming.
But yeah, it was good. I mean, it was a good experience for me. I helped her.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for us, I and Bruce Davis and High Point, we were the friends of Fantasia.
That's dope.
Yeah, because he got behind me as a commissioner. So that's how everything went too. Because when you walking around, I'm doing my pictures, and you have a Guilford County commissioner. Like, yeah, he's good. I got to go everywhere. Got to do everything.
Yeah.
Just walk right in. So shout out to him for doing that.
Yeah, shout out to him, and shout out to whoever was trying to hate on you for that.
Hey,
made you get bigger.
Yeah, I had a lot of haters during that time. But now as you get older, you just don't let them be the only voice in your head.
Yes.
I have other voices.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
The haters are taken down.
And will. But we're going to change it up because I want to get back into your branding. Why is branding important for the ones that don't know why it's important? Because you got so much time in the game. Okay,
yeah, branding is very important because you always want to have a consistent message going out. So if you have a flyer that's 4 years old, but you keep changing the date on it, you're really not getting the same bang for your buck. So I would highly recommend, if you know somebody talented, I would put them on your payroll and just keep everything fresh, keep everything funky all the time. Because without that, you're kind of floating in the water. And my branding comes from McDonald's. If you know McDonald's, they have branding everywhere. They got so much money, but they still use commercials. And so when you go into McDonald's and you get a napkin, they have McDonald's on the napkin because they know when you put it in your glove box, you're going to go in there and blow your nose. You're going to look at it. It's going to say McDonald's. You're going to go back to McDonald's. So that's what I do. I just put my logo on everything. I used to get hammered for it in the beginning, but now everyone does it. That's the illest part. Like the stuff that I used to do and I used to get yelled at about, y'all young guys, y'all are just doing it and no one say anything. So
they're getting away with it.
Yeah, but keep doing it. I mean, it's really going to determine whether you're an entrepreneur or you're like normal everyday people, I guess. Shout out to the everyday people. But I just never wanted to do my craft and have to go get a job, and then I have to be miserable at my job for 5 hours or 10 or whatever y'all work, and then I'm miserable just to draw pictures at work. I used to get fired from jobs.
Wow.
I got fired from Sears. Telemarketing for drawing pictures during calls. Yeah.
But you was on the calls though.
Kinda. You know, but yeah. I mean, I didn't know what the people was talking about. I was like, yeah, what you want, boo. And then my boss would come around and see what I was doing. And yeah, that only happened like twice and I was out of there. But that set me on my path, you know, because all of that was before the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps changed everything.
Yeah.
It makes you a man. Go to the Marine Corps, people.
Yeah.
I will tell y'all that. Go to the Marine Corps, go to boot camp, go do something. They'll teach you stuff that you're going to need to maneuver through this life. You don't have to be active duty. Everybody thinks, yeah, oh, my baby going to die. No, send them to boot camp.
Yeah.
You don't have to, they're not going to die in boot camp. And the only way you're really going to die in the Marine Corps is if you become a grunt. So that's the trick.
What's a grunt?
A grunt is like the movies where you got the gun and you running through the bushes and you jumping on the ground. Those are grunts. Yeah, that's a dangerous job. You get paid well for it, but in boot camp, when they say, hey, who wants to be a grunt? Don't raise your hand. They're gonna ask you, but we want to be hardcore. Yeah, I want to do it.
And then dun.
Yeah, well now you out in the actual shit is what they call it.
Right.
You know, now you're in the shit. There's nothing you can do about it.
Right.
You've given your life away to them. You better be fucking Rambo. But otherwise, be quiet. That's what I did. And I was in the air wing. I was down at Cherry Point. We had a great time. I was around aircrafts all day.
That's dope.
We did our jobs. It's just classified.
Yeah. And thank you for doing what you was doing.
Oh, you're very welcome. Yeah, I love that. You know what? And I love that you say that because when I was in the Marine Corps, and just like the guys that are there now, they are protecting our way of life right now. So
yes, they are.
They're there doing what I did so I could sit here and do this and talk to y'all. So some of y'all should go out and do this and do something for your country.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not all terrible.
Thank you all that's taking care of our country.
Absolutely.
Because we need them.
Yeah, thank you to all the servicemen and women.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, I love the Marine Corps, but Army and that, whatever, everything else is cool. But you know, Marines, we're different.
You got to speak, and we heard that before.
Oh yeah, we different.
I know we had a couple of seasons back, a couple of years ago, right? Cause we had Ramon on there.
Oh yeah, Ramon.
Yeah,
I know Ramon.
And cousin was on there, you know, and we had to do that for Veterans Day.
Oh, that's great.
So maybe when it's time for Veterans Day, we'll come back.
You have me and Ramon on here. That would be great.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Yeah, because he's a Marine and he can probably tell you some stories.
Definitely.
I could just co-sign the stories. I don't have stories.
But you still did what you did, though.
I do. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's one of those things.
And it turned out into a good thing.
It did. But God blessed me to make it through. God. I put God first all the time. Even when I got to Marine Corps, I didn't know God.
Yeah.
So that's a thing too, where you don't really know. You're floating. But at 20, you're not supposed to know.
You're still learning.
You're lucky to know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I love the experience.
See, I like that. Now, I want to know something because I know graphic art is important in businesses and everything.
Yes.
Why do I need graphic arts for my business?
Well, like I say, your brand will always stay consistent. I think that's the biggest thing. And then for you, we talked about this earlier. You know, getting you a media kit, getting you a sponsorship packet, and knowing the difference between the two, because they both will do two different things. Knowing what your bio is, knowing what your purpose is, what your mission statement is. These are the things that people are going to want to know before they give you $1.
Yeah.
And then they're going to want to know, well, how do I make money with you? Well, it could be a win-win situation because if you have merchandise, t-shirts, whatever, you can put their logos on the back. You can put it on the screen. There's a lot of things you can do if you know how to do it. But if you're in business, like you guys, I would highly recommend you get a media kit together, you get a sponsorship packet together, just so if someone really loves what you're doing, they'll give you a couple dollars. And somebody told me that when I was younger. Don't try to hit the home run every time.
Right.
You can get sponsor from him, sponsor from him, sponsor from them, sponsor from her. Now you got 5 sponsors and they're giving you checks.
Ching.
So instead of having 1 check, you got 5 checks.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to get 5 checks out of one dude, that's where a lot of y'all go get jobs and y'all have to go and do other things, and because y'all have to be able to spread it around because everybody's not wealthy like they appear to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I meet people all the time
Facts.
and they be like, yeah, I got money. When it's time to pay, they don't pay. And I make sure everything I pay for is paid up front.
Yeah.
I don't owe nobody no money.
Right.
I don't owe nobody anything. If anything, some of y'all owe me some money. But I never come to with nothing. You know, I always look, what's your cost? I'll pay you.
Yep.
You know, so that's
how we roll.
That's how you gotta roll. Because when your name get dirty, it's hard to recover from that.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the truth. And I don't like it because I'd rather pay you got a deposit, let me pay it.
Right.
If I don't have it, then we move on to the next.
Yep.
And I catch you when I get it.
Yeah, and I'll try to pay you the whole thing. I want to see your integrity. I want to see where you at. If you're gonna show up, you know, a couple $100, $500, that's nothing. I would rather pay you that and you leave me alone than me try to do something with you long term and you mess up the long term money. Right. So if you mess up the short money, then yeah, go with that. I hope it was fun. You know, that's why I don't deal with people like that.
Can't do that.
No, I don't do
business.
No. But the Marine Corps part, that's what makes my business run the way it do, because I'm not gonna let you just dictate what happens here.
Right.
I'm gonna give you everything that I say I'm gonna give you and more, but you gotta respect what I'm bringing to the table.
So that's
as well.
what you learned while you was in the Marine Corps.
Yes, because respect is a big thing. Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, especially if you have 8 people yelling at you at one time. In boot camp, I had 5 people yelling at me at one time in every direction. It messes all your senses up.
People can't handle it.
But you come back, they don't kill you. They don't kill you, and what would you rather do? Go to jail and have them yelling at you?
Well,
so that's the thing.
That's true.
Because they gonna yell at you in there. So I would say,
possibly kill you, hurt you, all that.
So that's why I went to the Marine Corps, because I volunteered for that. When you go to jail, you volunteer for that. You know, a lot of it's involuntary. So they just lock you up. So yeah, you better learn how to read and write.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And stop thinking stuff is a game.
Yeah.
Please and thank you.
Stop shooting each other.
Yeah.
Gosh.
It's a lot of that.
Well, yeah, if they want to do that, go to the Marine Corps, guys. Like, go to the Marine Corps and you can shoot all you want. Be a grunt. If you want to shoot, remember I told you do not. But if you a killer, raise your hand. Say, I want to be a grunt. I want to go and do that for America. They'll let you.
Killing that enemy.
Well, we got to kill the enemies. That's what they do anyway. Y'all watch the news. We need help.
Bad.
We need help. If you really that gangster, please go do something for America so we can stay protected.
Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Good. I agree.
Go overseas and help them. They need help, because you won't know poor or poverty until you go overseas and you see the way they're living.
But they get over there and be scared. But they over here killing each other.
Yes. If we were to drop y'all off as civilians, you wouldn't last the night. But if you go over there with training and you know how to help people and assist and be a blessing, and it just so happens if anything jump off, you know how to defend yourself.
Right.
Well, do that. Defend your family. You know, you don't have to hurt each other.
That was a good word.
Oh, thank you. I didn't.
We needed that.
It comes through me.
That's the energy.
Thank you. Yeah, I definitely want to be a difference maker.
And you are a difference maker. I like how you said it, a difference maker.
Thank you.
Give us a definition of difference maker.
A difference maker makes difference. That's what I do. If there's something there that I feel like I can make it better, or if I can make it easier for the next person to come up, put the gun down, because I know gangsters.
Yeah.
I know guys that used to pick up guns and that was the thing, but we're not in 1982 anymore.
No.
Like, at some point, you got to pick up a book, and I hate to even say that because that sounds so cliche, but you got to know how to read. Most people are committing these crimes because they don't know how to read and they don't get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Read a book and go to sleep.
Get you some rest.
Relax. Good gracious.
Relax.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't really laugh and joke a lot. Everything that I do would be really serious from the heart. But
that's true.
People got to understand, like, life is for the living.
That's true. And to get that laughter out of tunes, you got to know.
Yeah. I mean, I'll laugh at you if I feel like something funny with you. But I'm not one of them ha-ha he-he guys.
No.
But everybody that knows me, they know that the work is good. I get it to them. And that's really all people really need to know about me. Outside of I'm a good guy, I try to help. We gave turkeys away to families and we give toys. We do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's people like you that I would rather give my interviews to, because I feel like that would help the bigger cause.
Thank you.
And to have your O as your cameraman, you know, and have my guy here, you know, it's just it's a good feeling to be able to do this with you.
I appreciate that positivity, we really do.
Well, you know, I love you guys. You guys
shout
are
out
awesome.
to you, DRL TOONs.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, we gotta shout you out. Shout out to Taylor May, my cousin, cameraman, production man.
Always making it
director.
happen.
Always, you know,
Always.
from day one.
If y'all need something, y'all need a cameraman, O is the guy.
He's the guy. He has. That's, you know what? He's another hardworking man.
Yeah.
He don't mind going out to network, and all last year I seen him busy, and all this year we only been in it with a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's been busy.
Yeah, and O is one of them guys that you do not judge a book by its cover.
Oh,
because O would get out the car and you will think that O is about to come and lay everybody down.
Yep,
but he's not. He smiles. He's happy. Yeah. He's a family man. He takes care of his kids. Yes. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
And when you meet black men that's taking care of their kids and they doing it, you can't do nothing but try to help him.
Yeah.
Try to be something to him because he's so much to other people.
And that's factual.
So yeah, shout out to O. Shout out to all the fathers.
Yeah, shout out to all
the daddies,
fathers.
the real ones that's taking care of their kids every day.
Every day.
So that's just a blessing. We need more of y'all too. So imagine that. You go to the Marine Corps, you get to take care of your family. Did you know that? Go. You know, they pay you. They pay you for the kids. They pay for your education.
Your kids be better off.
Yeah.
Seriously.
For real.
Now let's get back into the graphic arts. Do graphic designers build websites and do coding? That's a good question.
That is a great
question.
Because
I wanted to know that because I need to get my website on the ball.
Yeah. The smart answer would be no.
Okay.
Because if you're a graphic designer, you really need to be concentrating on the design part. The coding part is pretty much for people who do that only. You have to really know the ins and outs of what you want your website to look like. Otherwise, you could just go and get a template. But what happens, you get a graphic designer that overextends themselves and they call themselves a web designer as well. And then you wind up not getting your website at all. You won't get it at all. Or if you get it, you're only getting it in the back rooms where you can look at it. I don't like that. It's never live.
Right.
Most of the time, like with me, I have a guy that I could go to. He's $3,000, guys.
It's worth it. You pay for what you want.
But they think that's my cost too.
Yeah.
See, so you got to pay me, then you got to pay him. But once you get it together, you have an e-commerce site that's a growable site that you can have as many emails, stuff that you want on there. If you get a whole state of people to come to your website, it won't crash. Hackers.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you need a webmaster for. And if you're not smart enough to go and get one, like I'm with homestead.com. That's what I do.
Okay.
My website is through them.
Okay.
I pay them monthly.
Yeah. And they do everything?
I'm straight.
Okay.
But people don't want to do that. They want to give it to you and just have you do it.
Is that like a GoDaddy and all of that?
Yeah, GoDaddy's good. I'm just a graphic designer that I need a blank space when I do my stuff.
Gotcha.
But if you need templates, Wix is good. See, now we got a bunch of them. Wix is good. GoDaddy's good. They're all good. But if you're a graphic designer like me and you just want a white sheet of paper or a white screen and you can do whatever you want up there, I go with homestead.com because they're awesome. And they let me do whatever I want. And they protect me. I don't have hackers, thank God, knock wood.
Yeah.
I don't have all that stuff because they're there 24 hours a day. Everything just keeps flowing.
And you've been dealing with them a long time too.
I've been with them for almost 15 years.
So he's giving y'all other graphic art designers some input.
Yeah, because you have to build relationships long term. You don't want to keep going from person to person. Once you get that money train going, keep it with them. Just make them accountable for what you're doing. And call them. Don't be scared to get them on the phone. Hey, I don't understand this. Explain it. I always wasn't like this. And I went to ECPI.
Wow.
And I did it.
Really?
I went to ECPI for like 5 minutes. Like I did it because it's only a year. But that's what taught me the computer stuff.
You say for 5 minutes.
Well, yeah, because it's only a year, so it's not really respected like well, now it is. They're a university.
Yes.
But back then, you could just go to them and say, hey, I want to get some schooling together. And they let me do it. They was for a year. I met great people at ECPI.
Wow, that's dope.
Yeah, they're finally, after 20 years, about to send me my diploma.
Come on, finally.
Well, you know.
It's okay.
Student loans and all that stuff.
It's okay.
Who
It's
knew?
okay.
I thought the Marine Corps was going to take care of it, but it's okay.
They can't take care of everything.
They can't. 9/11 happened when I was there, so it was a lot of stuff that happened. So, yeah, but God got me through that.
Yeah.
But you have to know the computers too. So that's what ECPI did. Ins and outs.
Yeah.
Computers.
See, I don't know. I don't know all that. I rather just go the easy way, but I'm gonna stop doing.
You got to go to computer school. That's what they used to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sit in there for a couple months, and they pay them. You give them a couple $1,000. They'll let you sit in there.
See, that's dope.
Yeah, go to GTCC. Give them $1,000.
Yeah.
And this is real. This is
Yeah.
what I found out. A lot of y'all girls, y'all be getting gigantic tax checks. $10,000, $15,000. Yeah, big money for these kids. Go to one of these schools, give them $5,000 and go to school on your dime.
That makes sense.
You can take one class
That makes sense.
at GTCC. You can take one class. It's about $800, and you just go and sit in it.
He giving us knowledge, ladies.
It's so easy, but we don't do that. We want to go and buy the baby some Jordans. I'm like,
no, we gotta spend it right. So listen,
Uh-huh.
so real quick,
Yes.
I want to know this. Do you do any last minute design?
yeah, I will do last minute designs, but like I said, they gotta pay me.
Or what about quick turnaround jobs?
We could do quick turnaround. We could do within 24 hours if it's not something that's too gigantic.
Yeah.
But for the most part, yeah, if it's a flyer or if it's a pamphlet or if it's something that doesn't require a lot of pages,
Right.
I could probably knock it out, the same day. But if somebody paid me real good, I've had people need it in a couple hours.
And you handle that.
Yeah,
Because I know you quick with it because you done did some stuff for me.
Yeah. I'm always working.
Flyers and stuff. Like I done asked for stuff for my birthday
Yeah.
and on the day of.
Yeah.
And you're not.
And you'll have a photo shoot. Like it just really depends. Like we can do your photo shoot, your flyers, and everything the same day.
See,
We can do the whole thing. But for the layman's terms people,
Yeah.
they just got to make sure that their money right
Yeah.
and they don't lie. If you don't have money, if you don't have a lot, just say what you got. I'm human. I'll try to work with you. But it's the ones that be like, yeah,
That's
man,
it.
I want it. And then you
That's
come
it.
talking money, and then all of a sudden it's like nothing. Or close to nothing. And then if it's close to nothing, I'd rather just do it for you as a love offering.
And that's part of just being honest, y'all, because you never know who may be able to just help you off the strength of being honest.
Yeah, because I've had people, like for everybody that does that, I've had people, and I wish I could name them, but I don't want to embarrass them. But I've had somebody, they didn't do no work with me at all. They took a meeting with me, and he handed me $1,000. He didn't do no work with me. Just because he showed up, he said, yo, I'm a fan of your work. I'm gonna put this in your hand.
Oh, that's dope.
And we talked for about an hour. He was like, I gotta go. And he was out, And I'm like, I ain't never met nobody like that in my life. And he's not even a super duper star. Like he's not even one of them people that's a super duper guy. Star, but he deserves it. And I'm gonna talk to him. I'm gonna try to get him on your show.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
But you might know him. I'll tell you after it's over. I'll tell you who did it.
It's a super dope dude.
It's a super dope dude.
Go ahead and give him a shout out.
I can't.
You sure?
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't want to put him on blast because then everybody gonna think they gonna show up for some
Oh,
money.
well, yeah, we'll wait till after the
Yeah.
show and y'all will see him on the show.
Yeah, because if he comes on your show, I'll be there. I mean, I'll be
Of
like,
course.
yo, you remember me?
Yeah.
Because I never
That's
met him.
dope.
That's the thing. I never met him. He's not my friend. I don't even know him like that. Yes. I don't even know him like
Okay,
that.
so that's
I don't
yeah.
even know him. I met him one time. He said, yo, I want a meeting with you. I said, okay, we can set something up if you're really serious about it. I said, word up. He didn't bother me. He kept calling. He called me a couple times.
Yeah.
I said, well, come by the studio. I'm at the studio. He shows up. He's a big guy. So he comes down the hall And I'm like, yo, what up, guy? What's up? You need me to do anything for you? He's
Yeah.
like, I just want to holler at you. Put this in your hand. Da-da-da-da-da. And he was gone. He hasn't called me since. Right. So that's why I say, when there's so many people that you think doing you wrong, he was an angel that day. I didn't have $1,000.
I was just getting ready to say that was an angel.
He was an angel that day because he didn't know what I was going through. He didn't know what was going on. But from that day, I'm like, yo, and I still got the money. I put it up because I always say, like, if he ever needs anything, I want to be able to give him something back. But most niggas, they'll be like, I'm gonna go buy me something. But I'm like, you know what? God might be testing me. Yeah, because God will test you. God will test you.
Oh yes.
Yeah, because I wasn't in a position where I needed the money. See, it's different. Early in my career, I would have needed that money. I would have needed that to go make something to pay right?
Yeah.
But God is so good. He gave it to me in such a time where he gave me an abundance. Wow. So out of nothing, I had a stash. See, where I'm paying for everything, out of nothing, all of a sudden, God says, boom, now you can stash this $1,000.
Come on now.
So that's what I'm on.
Yeah, that's the level you need to be on, that we all need to be on, honestly.
I would love to be on that level, to be able to bless people on that money level. Because it wasn't a card. Most people try to give a card, one of them little cards you could swipe at. Yeah. But to give cash is just a big deal.
It's a different feeling.
It is.
It's a different feeling. I too want to be on that level.
Yeah, he didn't know me. I mean, he loved my work. He seen me, but I didn't know him from anybody. He didn't have to do that.
Well, whoever it is, we definitely gonna have him on the show.
Yes, and I'm gonna shout him out in a second with you off camera.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm ready. Was that my only question?
No, wait a minute. Okay, now I just gotta know because it's stuff for me.
Okay.
How do you, because you do a lot of work, how do you send final projects for the designers out here that need to know? Can you give that just a little piece?
Yes. For the graphic designer stuff, you never send, you only send what they pay for.
Yeah.
So what I used to do, if I draw you a picture, I would send you everything, the raw file.
Excuse me. Yeah.
The raw file, the PDF, the JPEG, the TIFF. I would send everything. Well, as you get older, you realize that most people don't even use those files.
Right.
Most people know exactly what they need. So instead of overcharging them for them, you ask a person what they need. What you need? I need this because I want to put it on a shirt. Well, that means you're going to pay me more money, so I got to do it to scale. Because I get paid by size, not by picture. So if you want it this big, you got to pay me because that means I have to do everything to make it that big. But other than that, I used to give it away. But now, if you want a JPEG or just a flyer, cool. Because people will take my flyers and they'll make a logo out of whatever I put on the flyer. I've had people do that. And then you go to their club or you go to their event, they got what was on the flyer broken out of the flyer and put on shirts.
But can't you sue
that? Is theft, yes. Anything you draw, guys, is your intellectual property. If you take a picture of it, if you do anything, if it comes out of your mental capacity, it's your intellectual property. Nobody can just take it.
Right.
It doesn't matter unless you sign off on it, like when y'all be signing the stuff on your phones. But if you can't just do that, you can sue somebody and you can get paid. But then you can't be lazy. You got to pay the lawyer. You got to pay court cost. You got to pay to get it started.
Why even do all that? Just don't even steal.
Well, yeah, but people don't know any better. I've had people steal on accident, and I feel bad for them because they're struggling. Yeah. And I kind of let it go sometimes. But I've only had to really put somebody on blast like maybe twice. And the cease and the cease and desist letters.
Those are real. Yeah.
I've only had to do those a couple times. Because people will steal stuff. I've had people steal stuff.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we got to close it out, but I just got to know, do you charge hourly or how you do that?
I charge by the project.
Okay.
And like I say, I have my media kit and stuff together.
Okay.
So I have everything laid out. So you could pick a a package if you want to,
Yeah.
or you could try to come to me on some a la carte stuff, but that tends to get more expensive if you just do the packet. But you could really do both, because now I ask people what their budgets are.
Gotcha.
So if somebody comes to me and they have a $10,000 budget, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
I only don't take the money from the 10,000 and do one thing. I may go get the radio station involved, go get the newspaper involved.
Dope.
Yeah, because the more money you give me, I'll be able to get my friends involved. If you give me enough money, I'll bring O back, I'll bring you back.
It's on.
We have a thing, right? But see, I'm the one that I pay people.
Yeah.
So I don't want to ever call on my people and don't be able to pay them. So if somebody comes to me and they say, I got a budget of 10 grand and I know you really good at the internet stuff and getting the word out and everything, I'll come and spend some of that with you.
That's dope.
Because I'm going to get my cut either way. I get a cut. I get a percentage out of that 10 grand regardless. I got to spend the rest.
Well, you putting that out there in the atmosphere for us anyway, so I appreciate that. Make sure
I got you. Yeah.
Because I got stuff I do during the week anyway with the podcast. It's just not the interview. So, Booming Business Tuesdays, all that good stuff. We'll discuss all that.
We can discuss all that.
Yeah. So tell our people where they can find you at on the social media platforms.
You can find me everywhere. DRL TOONs is on my shirt.
Hey.
You can find me everywhere. You can @ me. You can $sign me. You could Gmail, DRL TOONs at Gmail. It's everywhere. So if you are searching me and you see other people that have DRL TOONs attached to me, those are going to be my models. So if you like girls, you like looking at girls, you go look at them too if you want to. But everything is DRL TOONs. That's what we do.
That's what we do. I always have been.
Yeah. Oh, wait, the pictures. If y'all want to see my pictures, it's called @drawing for my supper.
@drawing for my supper.
@drawing for my supper on
That's
Instagram.
Dope. He got a story behind that, but we'll come back and talk about.
Oh yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, we'll come back and talk about that.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for being on Booming on the Block
you
as a
so
dope
awesome.
podcast partner.
You're also a great actress.
Yeah.
Because we do stuff together on other things too.
Yeah.
And I just want to say
can we get him a shout out or no? Cause so we're gonna give him a shout out.
Well, we give him a half shout out.
Give him a half one.
Well, the half shout out would be thank you. You know who you are, for the opportunity for bringing us together for your show.
Yes.
And giving us guns and making us cops.
Yeah.
And we were doing stuff.
Yeah.
We need to keep doing it, but thank you.
And it's coming back, so I'm just gonna do it. Shout out to 85 Central. For y'all that knows about it, just get ready.
Oh, we coming back?
Oh, we're gonna come. I just put it out there. We're coming back.
Oh, we coming back then. Okay. Okay. Well,
we back.
Well, I'm Detective Toons. I'm Detective Toons.
And I'm Detective TishaRaye.
That's what we're gonna do when we come back then.
Yeah.
I thank you for coming. I love Black Love. We gotta talk about that too.
We definitely gonna talk about that. Y'all stay on the lookout for some new stuff that's popping. Toons got some great ideas. Myself, my boo, my cousin, and his wife gonna be a part, and it's gonna be super dope.
It's gonna be dope.
We're gonna make it happen because Black Love matter. Your girl TishaRaye, follow me on everything. TishaRaye, Booming TishaRaye on Instagram, TikTok. You wanna be a part? Booming on the Block at gmail.com. It's your girl TishaRaye and my brother DRL TOONs.
God bless. God bless.
Oh wait, one more shout out.
One more shout out.
We gotta shout out Tailor-Made Productions.
Well,
Gotta shout them out.
Well, that's of course.
Cause I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them.
All of this great camera work, definitely.
Yeah, he's so dope. Shout out to my cousins.
Definitely.
We love y'all. Tailor-Made Productions. Y'all know where to follow him. You know, and we out. Now we out.
Now we out for real.
Bye.
That was so